Hey, we are live, everyone. Welcome to my channel. I'm gonna talk about my veteran table and how it all came to be, I suppose. With me, I have Modwain,
Hola.
and with me here is Ben as well. So,
Hi there, everyone.
yeah, I haven't really figured out how to look at chat and stream at the same time. So, yeah.
I'll try to keep an eye on the stream. On the chat. Sorry.
Sweet. So, yeah, I guess it all started when we were at a workplace. We pretty much got the reins to do whatever we wanted, and so I said, "Let's go make a carpentry workshop." And yeah, for a while there, we were like, "How are we gonna get orders?" A friend of mine, he came up to me and he sent me a little design, which eventually became the table that you see in the picture. And after talking to him, he said it was more to give you motivation than for me to have a table. So, yeah. And since he was a veteran, he made this veteran table design. So like here, the legs is the V shape from the Dutch veteran symbol. And then of course, on the top, we have the Paumia flag. That's my friend. Yeah, really likes that flag and what it stands for. Prisoners of war, missed in action, you are not forgotten. So yeah, I don't know. Any questions? Anything you want to say, Modwain? I don't know.
Well, let's start because I know you have lots of pictures. I mean, this is the end. This is the end, right?
Yeah, this is the end result, pretty much.
Okay. So let's start to talk with the legs. How did you make the legs?
Let me find the pictures. Well, it all started with making this workbench.
Ah, kijk.
So me and Ben, we built this this big ass work table, so we could do all our carpentry projects on this. And it was a pretty amazing job to do this as well.
So basically, what you're telling me now is that a good workplace is kind of necessary.
Oh yeah, you need at least a little bit of space so you can, so you can work basically. Oh, this is what it used to look like before we came in and started up the workplace.
Envious of that room, to be honest.
Oh yeah, it was a great room, man. Like I did carpentry here before, but then it all fell down when one of the mentors left. And yeah, we decided to reclaim it, basically. So yeah, this is us at the workplace.
Hey, Ben.
Another thing we did, we built a closet out of these two cupboards. I don't know if I have a picture. Oh, here's the V. Here's the first sketch of the V. And yeah, we were looking at this and like, man, this is too weird, but how else are we going to do this at that height? Figured since there wasn't really an option, we decided to make it bigger. Yeah, these are all the initial designs for it.
Looks cool, though.
All right, and here we come to the eventual design, pretty much. Because we made the legs bigger, the V shape came out way better. Now I always joke that this middle part looks like a butt plug.
How did you come into designing it like this? I mean, yeah, okay, it's the V shape for veteran, but if I look at the pictures you showed us, the first one, it's a lot shorter, less high. So how come you made this one a lot higher? What was the reason to go higher?
Well, basically, so that the V would look way better.
So, but if you would have made the V thinner, wouldn't it then also look better?
I don't know. We decided to just add like, what was it, 10 centimeters?
Yeah.
And then you have a little bit higher coffee table. Nobody would really notice, basically.
Well, fair point.
That was our idea behind it anyway. So yeah, fuck it. We'll just make it a little bit bigger, taller.
And was it easier to design it off of a flat piece of wood like this? Because the other one, you put wood together, and this one you put on a flat piece of wood. Was it easier to work on it like that?
Ben, he made the designs. And
Okay, Ben, was it easier to make it like that?
Well, it wasn't that difficult, you know, because we have to resemble the V of the veterans, and we have to mind the balance of the table. So, well, it's kind of just try.
Okay.
try.
Just
Trial and error. Well, it's
Oh yeah, the whole table has been trial and error made.
but it's cool, especially because it's, in all fairness, it is your prototype.
Mm-hmm.
Still, I am amazed at how it turned out. And
Freaking awesome looking prototype.
now that's what I wanted to say. I mean, I'm really amazed at how it turned out, and not to say that, oh well, yeah, no, it's a miracle that it worked. No, it looks fucking awesome.
Mhm.
It really does. It really does.
And we made it on this little bit of wood so that we could use it to do all the tables.
as a template.
As a template.
Cool. And then,
Well, here we have it on the wood itself. And yeah, we made it taller, and as you can see, this looks just way better.
okay.
And this little piece down here is going inside the base. And that was, yeah, I don't know. Thought it would add like extra stability if you hook it into the base, you know.
Huh? I think you're correct on that one.
And here we sawed it out with I don't know what the English word is exactly, but it's a figure saw, a hand saw. And the most amazing thing is that we only broke 3 of them. I swear to God, I was looking at all the saws that Ben brought with him, and I was like, we're gonna break all of these. But nope, only 3 broke.
Well, it's like the very thin ones, right?
Yeah.
I'm amazed that you could do it, to be honest, because I know how thick the wood is that you used, and I've never been able to cut with a figure saw on that size of wood, because basically these are scaffolding boards, scaffolding planks, not boards.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's pine wood, so it's very soft wood. That's I think why we could do it with the thin.
But it's still pretty strong.
Yeah. Well, this is like what, a little less than a half-inch thick, so, or it's a little less than an inch thick. It's 2 centimeters thick.
Almost.
Give
It's
or
quite
take.
an average, you know.
Yeah. And the fun thing was during this project, I also helped the girl with a little bit of understanding of woodworking. So that was, I don't know, that was pretty cool as well. Saw her confidence boost up while I was teaching her stuff. So that was pretty amazing as well.
What did it do with your confidence when you were teaching her stuff?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm an impatient teacher, so I was probably always like, oh my God, am I not like going too fast or forcing it a little too much? Or
No, but how did it feel when you taught her stuff? How did it feel for you?
it was not the first time I've done it, but it was pretty cool to transfer my skills to somebody else, you know.
Anyway, back to the table. They really look good.
Yep. And here we tried to straighten them out a little bit because they were crooked AF.
Yeah, that's the thing with boards and planks and.
Well, this is where we worked at. Oh yeah, we fixed this door as well. Like, why the hell is there a picture of the door? Oh yeah, we have to fix that stupid thing. And here's where we measured it out so it would fit inside the base.
The base is only one plank?
No, it's three planks thick. Yeah, here, 3 planks. This looks better. I'm kind of as you can see, I'm just a point and click kind of guy. Don't wait for focus or anything.
Yeah, I mean, your woodworking skills are pretty good, but your camera skills are atrocious.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and here I filled the thingies with glue and glue them all together. Oh, this is the tabletop. Put little wooden pegs in there and a little bit of glue.
Oh, okay. So you put did you do the same with the feet, the V's? Are
Yeah.
they also put together? Okay. So not just glue, but also with the pegs.
Yeah, everything is built the same. And as you can see here, it's already bent like a mofo. We never really got that straight.
That's the problem.
But at some point, my friend came by and he's like, I don't care. And I'm like, okay. That's good for us.
Well, I can assume that people might want to have a straight table, but as long as it's not too bad.
Yeah, well, he was also like, well, this is your first piece of actual furniture that you're ever making, so, you know.
That's true. It's all a learning curve.
And he doesn't mind because, like, if you see on the leg here, piece already broke off, and he's like, gives it character.
You know, it is true though. I mean, it does show that it's a unique product.
Yep.
I've done reenactment and we make stuff by hand.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are sometimes people like, oh yeah, but I can see that there's a small flaw there, or you missed something there. And I'm like, yeah, which makes the product unique.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
As
Here,
long-
I'm doing some wood glue removal. Everything that seeped out.
worked with wood glue. It's one of the reasons why I don't like to work with wood glue, because my.
Oh yeah. The eventual goal is to put everything together, not necessarily using glue.
Yeah, but either you use glue or you use screws, I'm afraid.
Or
Well,
actual wood connections.
there are wood connections, yeah, I know.
Or joinery is it's called in English.
Oh man, I've tried that once.
It is such a pain in the ass to learn that techniques.
Yeah, to be honest, to look at the things you've done, your technique is already better than mine, mate. It really is. But I didn't have the patience to do wood joining. But I know it's possible. Hell, in Norway, they have Sweden, they have wooden churches built almost 1,000 years ago, completely made out of wood. There is not a piece of metal in there.
Yep.
So I know it's possible.
There's a lot of Japanese that still do only joinery.
No, you showed us some videos. You shared them on Twitter.
Yep.
I love watching them, and then I'm like, shit, I've never. But yeah, no, it looks really cool. So this is the table getting shape.
Yep. This is our first time putting it together. And we didn't have the cross section yet, but yeah.
Already glue it all to place, or is it still loose?
No, we did glue the tabletop as the very last thing. Like the very last thing.
I have to say that the feet look very, very clumsy like this.
Yeah, I know, right? Wow. Ben was always saying, "Man, those 3 planks compared to that one little flimsy plank, that looks just so weird."
Yeah, and the thing is, because that's what I was thinking too. But that one little plank isn't even flimsy because it's quite strong. It's quite sturdy.
Oh yeah,
But yeah, you get that feeling when you look at it. It's so weird.
Yeah.
I can easily sit on it, so,
Uh.
and I'm like 200 some pounds or something, 30 kilos, so it's sturdy.
Yeah, it looks great though. It really does. Already it looks great, even though a little bit clunky.
Here Ben is busy on it, having fun in the workshop. This is the girl that I was teaching. Not gonna show her too much. And yeah, here we made the curves on it. How did we do that anyway? I can't remember.
By hand.
Yeah, well, duh. Did we do that with this big ass saw, or did we sand it down?
We sand it down. So then we sand it down.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So you
Now it looks less clumsy.
Yep.
yeah, it does. It does.
At
Doesn't-
first I thought 2 planks is enough. Yeah.
Think 2 planks would have been enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably would have been enough because the middle beam is also only 2 planks.
But it does look. It does look. I don't know. Maybe 2 planks would have been enough. But how would you put it in the middle still then? Because I like the fact that the V is in the middle.
Chop half of each side out.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not a woodworker, so I need to ask questions like that.
Yeah. That's why I asked you to the stream to ask me stuff that I probably wouldn't think about. So.
Well,
And because I was too lazy to write a script.
I never write
Let's just have a conversation about it, you know? So, oh, I never tweeted this link out. How do I do that? Nah, fuck it. Just to have a video anyway. So yeah, later we sanded it down even more. Like this. We just took a workmate, screwed a couple of pieces of wood on top so that it would hold the oh fuck, what is this called? A plane sander? Belt sander.
Yeah, it's.
And this was the result on my pants.
You basically made a belt sander into a a sanding table.
Yep, pretty much.
Brilliant.
Well, what's that saying? Necessity is the mother of invention.
Well, you have to be a man for that, though.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, no woman could ever do this, Modwain.
That's not true. I know it's not true. But it is the egg of Columbus.
Dude, if I had my channel monetized, then I would be demonetized like right now.
Hey, listen, you would have been demonetized the very moment that I said hi there, people.
Yeah, it's also like we watched a whole lot of videos on YouTube about woodworking and stuff, and Ben is kind of intuitive with crafts, I guess. 'Cause
More or less.
you just went, let's do it like this. Oh, we had so many arguments and almost wanted to hit each other. You don't even want to know. Like,
Don't
like this, but it works like this too. Yeah, but shut up, bitch. Yeah, and then like he goes upstairs and we smoke a cigarette, and then later is like, so how's the table coming along? Yeah, like whatever.
And then there comes the great ideas.
That's how it usually works, though, isn't it?
Oh, usually it ends with me going, "You were right."
It's too bad that you always remember that at the end and not at the beginning.
The learning process.
Learning process. But I find that those moments where you butt heads are
Yeah.
also the moments that you are at your most creative, because you try. No, that's not really true. But what I find, a lot of people are creative at those moments because they want to have it their way, and then they start realizing, okay, now I need to find out, why do I want it like this? So I have to be able to sell my idea, and that's when people start getting creative.
Yeah.
Also, it brings about a whole lot of reflection on yourself, really.
Yeah.
It's like, why do I want it my way and the rest be damned? You know. That's also because the whole mentoring thing and stuff, and reviews in the car on the situations where we were screaming at each other and just talking it through, Like, hey, why did you react like this? And dude, why did you react like this? I just had a shitty day.
Well, yeah, but sometimes that can be an answer too. But you can really,
that's like shit in your personal life that's bugging you, and you take it out on your colleagues, and it also takes like not taking it personal, I think that's where a lot of people go wrong.
It's almost as if you're human.
I know, right? Like, we might be bitching against each other, but are we really bitching against each other? Or is there something else going on?
That's funny enough, but that's true.
Oh, you see this door behind here? We also made that shit. Like, we made a full-size door, and I made it so that it was like unbreachable as well. Because we had at this workplace, there was people living above, and some of them were a little aggressive and stuff. So we figured we needed a really sturdy door that you can't breach. Now, the doorposts and stuff, they were easily breachable, but the door would be intact. Yeah.
All right.
Here we have the middle beam inside as well. And later, I think I have a video of me shaving that down.
Okay.
That's already on YouTube as well, by the way. Yeah, this one. I put it on one of my end of my videos somewhere. I might think, why the hell is he pulling it towards himself now? And the answer is, I have no idea. Just seemed to work better at that moment.
Yes, it's easier.
It is easier. Not really a tool made for pulling, though. That's the thing. Yeah, then it created the tiniest arch here in the middle because, I don't know, I'm not very well skilled with the planer yet. So. The planer is used to make things square. But, yeah, first project, little baby steps.
It still I think it really looks cool, and it's a little bit double because I've said many a times that I really think it looks cool, but I really think it looks cool, and it's brilliant to see. I mean, if you look at the legs, for example, how clunky they looked, and they don't look clunky here already, and you're not even done yet.
Oh no.
So yeah.
It's not really been a whole lot of work since this point, and shaving the middle beam down and stuff. That this is almost the final project, except for a little bit of sanding. This is something we tried with glue and printout. So
Okay.
you have to print this out in the opposite way, mirror image. And then you take some hot punch or something it was called. Then you transfer the image to the wood and lightly take the paper off with a little bit of water and a towel cloth, And we did that with multiple things, and it looks pretty cool. Yeah.
So is that how you transfer the flag onto the table?
No.
Nope. This is just a small
It's
piece
a
of wood.
tryout.
Okay.
Ben did most of that. I don't know if you wanted to say something about it.
No, we just curious about how it would look if it was finished with paint. So we have it dry out with paper.
Yeah.
And it looks like this. So we have an idea what the end result would look like.
And this is not the end result of this piece, because we did a little bit more removing the papers and stuff, but this is a rough estimate of how it would look when it was finished. Yeah, you were doing other stuff, like reframing it to see if the middle beam and all the distances were correct according to the top.
And were they?
Yep, as you can see here. It fit exactly right.
I can see a third beam in the middle. I mean, there's the one at the bottom, there's a table on top. What's the other one?
It was a placeholder, I guess. That never made it into the table, so. Just, I think, didn't we use this just to measure out the distance? Yeah, between the two legs, between the two V's. Yeah. Me. Ha!
Ooh, he has a beard. Gillette, do something.
Little bunnies! We got a lot of animals over there as well.
The world is so much better with bunnies in them. It really is.
Yeah, that black one I never really touched because he was always somewhere else instead, except for this picture. But the other one is so soft and fluffy. Oh, I want to die. Yeah, he was always cool. I always petted him a couple times during the day. It was funny when you visited me, you were all like, dude, that cage is way too small.
Yeah, it is way too small. It really is.
Yeah. I don't have pictures of it, of course, but Modwain visited us in our workplace and showed us his rabbit cage. And we showed him our table.
Well, the table looks a lot better than my cage, I won't lie.
Hey, at least your cage is easy to use.
That is true, and that's the only reason it's there. So this is the one where you started making...
The draw.
The draw.
Yep. Because my buddy really wanted to have a drawer in this table. And I was like, fuck, how are we going to do that? So Ben pretty much came up with this idea. And the same drawer is still in it, but we fixed it so it slides a little easier. Because this thing is crooked.
That's what I wanted to say. It looks really bad. No, that's not true. It looks okay, but it looks crooked. It's
Yep. And we did all of this, like the cutting out. We did that with the chisel as well. So like almost everything you see is just done with hand tools, except for the part where I used the belt sander. Yeah. I didn't really want to spend like enormous amounts of time getting that curve into the bottom. Doing it by hand. Ugh.
I can understand that.
So yeah, this is the first time when it all sort of came together.
It looks cool.
I have several pictures of this. And then we skipped forward in time because Ben got fired and I quit my job. So, and now we're at his house and painting the table. You tell it because you did it. What did we do, Ben?
Nothing. Just use
a projector.
beamer.
A beamer. Yeah.
I used a beamer and I projected on the table and then I draw the lines.
Okay.
So that's pretty much what I did.
Yep. Then we painted everything black that needed to be painted black.
Yeah, that's actually a good good technique as well, because I remember that we were talking about, okay, how can we do this?
Well, we've had long after streams talking about it, yeah.
We did talk about it in the past, but actually, this is a brilliant, brilliant way of doing it.
Yeah. Because we were always like, how are we going to do this? We could get a piece of paper that's about as big as a table and then like cut out where it needs to be cut out and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, this was a way easier and better option. And we found a real deal on or Ben found a real deal on a Beamer, so decided to do it like that, make our lives so much easier. And this is what it looks like when we painted it. Yeah.
And that's what it looks, what it looked like when it was cut out.
Yeah, this is where Ben cut everything out. I was having one of my fucking seriously depressive moments. It wasn't really there, and we wanted to have it done by Christmas, so then I was just like, fuck it. I'm just cut it out. It requires a lot of patience, and it's truly monk work. So. But like a lot of times while working on this table, you go into sort of a Zen state almost. Because you're just busy doing your thing and you're not really thinking about anything really. Yeah. That's an added benefit to this job, you know. Mindfulness, sort of. And then here's the finished product. These pictures are also on my Twitter.
Hey, but the layer on top of it, it's resin?
Yeah, it's some sort of resin. It's probably not the one we should have used, but it's resin.
How do you mean not the one we should have used?
Well, usually you use epoxy for this kind of tables, but just El Cheapo resin that Ben found, and we were like, yeah, let's just try this, see if it works.
Well, I mean, if it's you know. But how did you put it on? Did you just pour it on, or did you paint it on, or?
Well, our initial idea was to only do the white parts that needed filling. But it didn't take long for us to fuck that up, so we decided let's do the whole table.
Did you fill the whole table, or did you paint it?
We just, like, as soon as everything started pouring everywhere it shouldn't go, we were just like, yeah, screw it. And we went over the whole table with all the resin.
Well, the good thing of resin, obviously, is that it protects the wood as well. I mean, it makes it watertight from that angle at least.
Oh, yeah. And then the rest is done with stair lacquer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that it's, yeah. How do you say that? Kras en slijt vast. It doesn't scratch so easily. Because of the stair lacquer, you know. And he also sanded down the borders and did stair lacquer on that too, so that it ain't that shiny.
Well, it looks brilliant, I have to admit. Though I don't see the drawer on that one.
Yeah, wrong angle.
Okay.
You can see the things where the drawer is supposed to be in.
Well, I was fixing it.
Ah, okay.
It looks a bit shiny, don't you think?
It looks shiny, yeah, but I assume that has to do with the angle of the picture. Yeah, because on this one it looks a lot better.
Yep.
Still a little bit shiny, but I think that's normal for resin. Depending on the resin you use, I guess. But most resin is reflective.
Oh, yeah. Do you have any other video? Oh, yeah, this one I wanted to show as well. Of, cutting the stuff out.
This is what we got right now.
Can you hear this?
Yeah.
It's freaking amazing.
I can hear it.
Seven.
It looks massive. Ben, I have to admit, the two of you did a massive job.
What I'm doing, I'm using this little woodworking tool right here. Sorry for the video being choppy, guys.
And I'm like trying to,
and gals.
I'm trying to make this stuff go deeper a little bit. This is very patient work. So I guess I'm learning a new skill as well. Patience. To kind of rig this stuff.
You also have really nice and calming, relaxing music in the background. For a lot of it, we listen to metal and all kinds of weird music.
First
And
time that I'm ever doing anything like this. So
with this type of work, we listen to nice, calming, relaxing music.
I'm trying to go for tiny,
There's filler.
just light little swing.
But yeah, I wouldn't do that, to be honest. I'd be way too stressed. I would.
Yeah, turn it down so we can talk.
I would have fucked that up. I know. I know myself. Now sanding, I can do.
Yeah, even the last layers, we sanded it all down by hand.
And
Tiny parts of the table we used the belt sander, but most of it was also done by hand.
then after it was sanded, you put it on. You call it? Put a little bit of lacquer on it.
Yep, pretty much. Yeah, it's also very cool since I started getting into the veteran stuff. I've watched so many things about veterans and like documentaries from Sebastian Younger. I always recommend those ones to watch those ones. It's so interesting, you know.
Yeah, I understand that.
He was a war journalist, and he went with a squad to Korangal Valley, one of the valleys that saw the most combat in the whole Afghani war. And he interviewed them during their time there and afterwards. Yeah, just the stories that they tell, it's just like, wow, holy crap, man. He really went through something.
Yeah, people like to make light of our military, and I never understood why. I mean, I'm not in favor of war, and I'd rather there wouldn't be war, but not having a military doesn't guarantee that there will not be war. I mean, the only difference is that if you don't have a military, then war will become even more messy because everyone needs to be able to fight.
Oh, yeah.
Now we have a select group of people that are able to fight, and people seem to forget that the sacrifice that these people make by merely pledging their life, it's even if they never see combat, they are still ready to be there if it needs be. And
Yep. Well, that's what you get trained to do as well.
yeah, but still, I mean,
Regardless if you see combat or not, you're always ready for combat.
yeah, and whether we agree with it or not, it at least deserves our respect. It's like claiming, yeah, but firefighters are bad because they only are interesting in the time of fire. Yeah, okay, but you know what? In a time of fire, you want someone to be there.
Oh, yeah.
The same is true for soldiers. I'm not in favor of war, but
I saw this quote the other day that said, "Better a warrior in the field than better warriors on the farm than farmers in the field of war."
field of war, yeah.
Or something like that. I'm paraphrasing, obviously.
But it's true. I mean, the thing is, there's an old saying that if you live by the sword, you die by the sword, which is of course true. But what a lot of people seem to always misunderstand is you don't have to live by the sword to die by the sword.
Nope.
So it's better to have some people being ready to be ready than to assume that they are not needed at all. I mean,
the way I think about humanity, we're always gonna need some sort of soldiers here and there,
Oh yeah.
warriors, whatever you want to call them.
Well, there are different battlefields, and but yeah, we will always need them, like soldiers, like police, like firefighters,
Mhm.
like people who are standing ready to help others
Yep.
in any way possible. And soldiers kind of do it in a very direct way, but yeah, they do it to help other people.
Yep.
Never understood
Yeah.
why.
I mean, it's a massive honor to serve your country as well, no matter what regard you do it in, whether it's police, firefighter, ambulance, but for me, especially soldiers, you know.
Yeah.
It's like what, you're willing to lay down your life for whatever you believe in, you know. It's holy shit, dude. You have way more courage than I have.
And it's not so much that they are willing to lay down their life for what they believe in. They're willing to lay on their life for what other people believe in as well. For other people.
Yep.
It's in a way it's the ultimate self-sacrifice.
Yep.
I can't understand it. I mean, I can understand people being against war and being negative towards war, but being negative towards soldiers, I never understood.
Yeah.
Well, that's not true, because if soldiers misbehave, then yeah, sure, be negative towards soldiers because they misbehave.
But be negative towards those soldiers.
Yeah, indeed. Never understood that. I have to admit, mate, I've seen the images before, I know, but I am...
Did you just drop out?
I don't think so.
Because I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, my microphone has been slightly moved. Sorry, so now you could hear me better?
Yeah, it seemed like you were dropped away all of a sudden. So.
Yeah, maybe it was me being nostalgic and melancholic, but no. But I have to admit, I really like what you guys did with the table. It really looks massive. It's.
Yep, and it's all in honor of those that served. So.
Yeah, it's a really cool thing.
That makes it even more satisfying to work on, to be honest with you. It's like I'm doing this.
So when are you making the second one?
I'm doing this to obviously further my skills as a carpenter, but also to honor the people that served.
Yeah. So when are you making the next one?
Well, I have the next order in, so.
Have you already started?
Nope. I need to get paid first, and then I can order more wood and materials. But I can go to my buddy's house anytime and pick the money up. And me and Ben are probably gonna find some businesses here in Zwolle. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Not when that's how it works with Mark. But
okay.
Katie and I have achieved our goal.
And what goal was that?
To help Mark get patience, trust in himself, that he can do whatever he wants to do.
I can actually do carpentry.
Yeah, pretty cool, man.
Yep.
And you did a good job. I mean, listen, I try to be honest to people when stuff is shit. I will tell people, hey, you know what? This is shit. But this is, I really, you know this, I'm really impressed by this table.
Oh, yeah.
I have said this before, and I'm absolutely, and I'm not the only one.
Nope.
Well,
my friend posted it in a veteran group, a Dutch veteran group on Facebook. And it had within a week, it had 84 all positive reactions.
Yeah.
I posted on my Facebook, and most of the people that follow me liked it. And I posted it on Twitter, and I got mostly positive feedback. So.
Yeah, you really should start making a second one and a third one and a fourth one.
Yeah, the second one I'm gonna take even more pictures and probably film a whole lot more, so you can actually see the process of it being made.
Okay. Try to make the pictures sharp, though.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna film more than I'm gonna actually take pictures this time.
Okay. But this is your project. This is your concept.
Yeah.
I really think you should try to make more work of it, because I do believe, and when you can do it like this, there are other designs you can do as well, obviously.
Oh yeah, you can make so many designs. And my hope is that in the future I can also do more with different types of depths while carving. It's more 3D and stuff like that. There's just a two-dimensional picture, so that was pretty easy. But I want to be able to do layers and all that stuff. Because I also have a interesting thing in my head about making a table with the Titans from Warhammer 40k.
Oh, that's cool too.
But that is like so out of my skill range that I'm not really thinking about it, making that.
Let me rephrase that for you, mate. So out of your skill range yet.
Yeah.
No, but
that's one very important word that missed this opportunity, but it's something that I really had to put in my vocabulary.
You need to, because let's be honest, if you look at this finished product,
like all the time during this project, it was also like, man, I don't know if I can do this yet.
Yeah.
And then you do it and it's like, hell yeah, motherfuckers, I can do this.
Well, you did it, so
Yes, we can.
yes, you can.
Yes, we can.
Don't you go Barack on me. No, but it really is a cool project. And in all fairness, if you make work of this, I'm not going to say you're going to be rich of it, and I'm not going to say you can make loads of money off it, because I simply don't know. But
I hope to make a decent living with carpentry,
Can you imagine making something like this instead of with the POW MIA flag? You make it, for example, with the symbol of the Dutch, how do you call it?
Like what, the Army, Luchtmacht?
Well, something like that. And then...
Well, the second table is not going to have the Palmilla flag, so that's going to be interesting as well.
And
next client is not that much into the Palmilla thing as my friend is, so I have to search for a different emblem on top.
And seeing that you've been...
I have to contact him and get the details and ask him what does he want on the top and all that stuff,
Huh?
And the base is going to be the same with the fees.
But seeing that you work the top with resin you can do a lot of things as well, slight coloring and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
If you can make this, and you can expand on the skills that you already have, you can make stuff out of this world. I mean, the resin thing, of course, is a whole thing apart, but you've already started with that one as well. But the woodwork on this one, it's amazing. Can you imagine if you made something like that? I would be willing, if you make something like this, with, for example, the Air Force symbol on it, I would be willing to push your product to see if you can get it at the Dutch Ministry of Defense.
Yeah, that would be fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Or make one, or make a desk or something with that logo on the front, When people walk in, they just see the massive wooden desk with their logo on it, I don't know. There's a lot of things in the work that is uncertain, so we'll have to see. Because a friend of my friend, he was like, "Yeah, we'll get the military press on it and this and that and the other thing," and I'm like, "Whoa.
Well, for Palmilla, I'm not sure.
First, let me finish this table, and then we'll think about it."
Yeah, for the POW MIA thing, I don't think the press will be that interested. But can you imagine if you make one with, for example, Green Beret or Luchtmobiele Brigade as a symbol on it?
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting to show to people. I'm sure of it.
Yep.
And I have
a different friend of mine. He has a girlfriend that's from the States, and she was like, "Oh, you would do very well with this in the States."
Well, I'm quite willing to believe that.
Huh?
I'm really willing to believe that.
Yep. I mean, it is a really unique table. That's also part of why my friend asked me to make one like this, because he has never seen one like this. With there are some Palmia thingies, but not a table like this.
No, it is brilliant. It really is. And I, in all fairness, mate, and I know it's easily said for me because I'm not the one doing the work, but I really think you should make work of it.
Oh yeah.
Once we have achieved this, we can do everything.
We'll take over the world.
We'll take over the world.
We'll take over the world. It really looks cool. And I haven't seen the finished product in real life, but if I look at this picture and yeah, I am amazed by it. I really am.
Yeah, so am I, because it's like one of my first furnitures for a customer, for a veteran friend of mine. So it's like a twofer for me, because then I do my carpentry and I can also give back to him a little bit and say, dude, be proud that you had the balls to serve, you know? And yeah, I want people that receive this table to be proud that they served, you know? And we're also donating part of the winnings to the Veteran Institute in Holland, in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Because there's this, I don't know, my friend was telling me about this organization that trains dogs to help veterans with PTSD, and I was like, dude, now that's a fucking cause to go for.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I have to admit, I like to thank both you and Ben for making this. I really do, because whether this is a big deal or not for a lot of people, the fact that some people are at least standing still and you know, taking a moment to reflect on this, and it is important. It really is. We live in a time where reality has been made subservient to ideological bullshit by certain postmodernistic views.
Yep.
I know I throw around buzzwords. I'm sorry for that, but this is the reality. There are actually people out there who are missing, and they are missing because they went to help other people. And I cannot overstate the importance of these people.
Yeah, man. What happened to the times when we used to venerate these people, you know?
Yeah, it's amazing. But a society that doesn't venerate its elders is not venerating itself and will eventually die.
Seems like they don't venerate anything at this moment. Yeah, so this work is, I thought this kind of work is also very important, you know. And if I can have somebody be proud for their service and commemorate it with one of my tables, you know, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Gives me a good feeling. Hopefully it'll give them a good feeling, you know. That's the goal anyway.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, no one came to chat with us.
That's okay. I have 36 subs, and I didn't really think that people would show up. But, you know, if you're watching this later, thanks for watching. Thank you very much for Modwain for joining me.
Always, man, always.
Asking me questions and stuff. And also very much thanks to Ben for being here for this and helping me throughout this whole process.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed, Ben.
You've heard what it brings about by with Mark.
Yeah.
Not only the table, it's Mark developing.
Yep. He's more on that side of things.
It's
I'm really for the veterans, and he's just my my pillar during this whole process.
Well, I have to admit, man, it's I am Oh man, I keep repeating myself, but I really think you did a great job.
Yep.
I really think you did a great job.
Now let's quit this stream before it all goes to my ego.
So now we have to say something to. Hey, but your feet are still smelly, man.
Yeah, I know, right? Don't want to smell that shit, dude. Seriously.
Bring it back to the ground. Bring it back to earth.
Saddam's mustard gas, you know. Yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and you'll probably catch me in one of Modwain's House of Fun streams again later. Take care, and see y'all in the next one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.